Hello, friends. Welcome back for another episode of Vol Club Confidential from Spire headquarters, Vol Club headquarters here on Bearden Hill. What a week. Tennessee now 9-1, 66-24 victors over Missouri. They pounded the Tigers, a school record 724 yards of total offense. It was 28-24 in the third quarter, and then Tennessee scores 38 unanswered, and they run away and hide from the Kitty Cats from Columbia, Missouri. Big win. Now on to South Carolina. That's where Tennessee will be this weekend. 7 o'clock with Kirk Herbstreit and Chris Fowler on the call. Big show tonight. Darnell Wright and, of course, Cooper Mays, the talented center, SEC lineman of the week, will join us. But before they do, we're going to bring in Spire president Hunter Badur. Hunter, big week for you all. Endorsed by Danny White 2 weeks ago, but this past week, Josh Heupel and Rick Barnes openly talking about Spire. How big is that, and what kind of uptick have you seen in new Vol Club membership?
Well, it's huge, AP. I mean, the full endorsement from Danny and the coaches was kind of the last missing piece, we felt like, with this. And I want to be clear, Tennessee was never, against NIL or resistant to it. In fact, from day one, they viewed it as it can be a tactical advantage. It was just a matter of, they're trying to get on the other side of the Pruitt investigation, and the NCAA, what was allowed was not exactly clear. And then 2 weeks ago, when the NCAA clarified, hey, this is how the university and collectives like Spire can work together, here's where there can be some synergy, that gave them the comfort and the green light to come out and fully get behind it, and they've been absolutely fantastic.
When you look at kind of the landscape of where NIL started in July of 2021 and where it is now, how much have you seen it morph? Nobody
really knew what it was or what it could be going back to July of 2021. Was it just going to be kind of some local deals here and there, a lot of in-kind? Was that what it was going to be, or was it going to turn into what it is now? So it's changing, and it's changing drastically, and I think you're finding that every school is learning that if you don't have a strong NIL program, you're not going to be competitive. Like, it is just as important as great coaching, great facilities, and all that. I mean, it's right up there, and it's critical to have a winning, athletic department.
If you're not a member of the volunteer club, I suggest that you become a member of the volunteer club. For as little as $5 a month, or really anything you want to give, you can be a member of the volunteer club and come up with these cool swag, whether it's these hats. You're wearing one of the brand new Tennessee Saturday Night shirts. That thing looks super comfortable.
Absolutely. This shirt will be dropping this Friday, and for our members listening, we will have a presence over in Columbia this weekend. We're still ironing out exactly our tailgate spot, but we'll make sure that gets out to our members in the newsletter, and we'll also have a presence for Vanderbilt for the season finale over in Nashville in a couple weeks.
Yep. Home games may be over, but the party with Spire and the Volunteer Club is far from it. 2 big tailgates left, both on the road at South Carolina and at Vanderbilt. Make sure you join, because you can take part in those fun celebrations before kickoff. 7:30 for that Vanderbilt game coming up in Nashville for all those Mid-State Vol Club members. Let's turn our attention, though, to the marquee guys that joined the show this week, and that's offensive lineman Cooper Mays and Darnell Wright. All right, welcome in. So, first off, let's talk about Cooper Mays, who is the SEC lineman of the week. That's an honor you got early in the year, and now he's got it. And 4 of the 5 of you have gotten SEC lineman of the week. How big is that from a group standpoint?
I would say it's a very much so a group, award. I don't want to take the credit for it, but I feel like if we all play well up front, then we all shine, and that reflects all of us. The award does.
When you look at what this offensive line has gotten done in year 2 under Coach Ellerby, what are you two most proud of, Darnell?
What I'm most proud of is the way that guys, everybody works hard. I feel like everybody's working hard. I mean, it's, but I feel like people are really buying in and trying to fix. Everybody has their own personal things they need to fix, whatever that may be. I think people are taking account of that and actually realizing what they need to do specifically, try to fix that.
I think we're a really close room. I think that's like, I think offensive line rooms are always pretty close, but when the whole team kind of has a similar feeling and a similar driving force, and then you got an O-line that's close and tight knit, then it kind of I don't know. It's a really special feeling. It's different.
Coaching change takes place 2 years ago. In comes a new offensive line coach.
Right.
How hard is that to kind of go from one guy to the next? And then what was it about Coach Ellerby that kind of finally clicked for you guys?
I think the biggest thing is in college football, any day you don't really know, like, it's going to be anybody's last, you know what I'm saying? Like, a coach could get fired any day. A player could transfer nowadays, anytime they want, basically. So, you just got to be on your feet and kind of just live on the edge a little bit, if that makes sense. But Ellerby's a really cool dude. He cares about you. And, he, visibly, shows that he cares about you. So it's very easy to get along with somebody like that. And, who cares about, bettering you and your whole life. Not just in football, but, encompassing the whole person.
I'd say nobody's had a bigger impact or no player has had Ellerby's had a bigger impact on than you. I mean, it just feels like, you guys jived. I'm not sure, nothing against Coach Friend, but I'm not sure you all ever jived the way you and Ellerby jive.
Yeah, if you know me personally, I'm apprehensive about people. I don't really trust people. I'm not say trust people, but you know what I mean. I'm slow to get to know people, slow to get comfortable with somebody. And anybody could tell you when Ellerby first got here, I was the same way. I was apprehensive, but now it's to the point where he's such a good guy that if he's on you about something and if he's really on you about something, 99% you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's not
it's warranted.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's warranted. It's not like he's not the guy that's going to get on you about just to get on you, just because he's a coach, just because he can, you know what I'm saying? If he's on you, you know what I'm saying, you need to get right, you know what I mean?
Do you like him? You interview the guy on media.
Yeah, I love Glenn. He's a typical O-line coach. He's not big on interviews. He wants to just get in there and kind of, muck it up with the guys and have a good time. He's big on the O-line room, and he's big, I think, on relationships.
He is,
sure.
I
think a very personable guy behind the scenes.
Definitely. Yeah. He doesn't like talking to strangers.
He finally
media's not in his wheelhouse. Oh yeah.
I was like, bro, this dude, man, be a little weird.
I remember Cooper. I remember Cooper and Cade called me, and they're like, he's coming down and he's grading our workouts, man.
That was different. That was different. I've never been to experience something like that. You can take that one away.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like. You know what I'm saying. You got to touch the line, obviously, when you're running. I remember there was one. He came up to me. He said, "Yeah, you touched the line halfway. You need to get your whole foot across." And this is when we first, probably first week, he came down there and said that. I'm like, and in my head, I'm thinking, oh, this is about to be a
long one.
About to be a long one. But you know what I'm saying. Then you figure out he really just wants you he wants the best for you. So
he wants you vested.
Yeah, he wants you all the way into it. It's not about you know what I'm saying, him telling you something. It's touch the line, you know what I mean?
It's gonna benefit.
It's gonna help you.
He wants the best for you for sure.
Yeah.
All those players left in your class, and we talked about this when we did that written deal a month and a half ago or so. But I know two guys that were big for you were Cooper and Cade. Mm-hmm. That relationship for you, I think, kind of helped you, handle all that transition pretty well. What did those two brothers mean for you?
Them coming in, they'll tell you the same thing. Same way I am apprehensive about people. I was a little it's not like I'm, you know what I'm saying? But it's just getting comfortable with them. And every day, they're talking to me, you know what I'm saying, bringing me out of my shell. And just they have that brotherly bond, and you know what I'm saying, and that kind of rubs off. It rubs off, and they kind of brought me in, you know what I'm saying, another brother.
Is Darnell the unofficial Mays brother?
Yes. Yeah. We got a bunch of them though. You know what I'm saying? Trey Smith, Jerome. There's countless people in the Mays family now. Camp was, the latest blood edition, but we've always got friendships that are, creating that bond. When we first came in, that's what it was. Me and Cade ended up in the back corner of the locker room. We had a section.
Sure.
And it was me, Darnell, and Cade. And we were it was Cade in the back, Darnell in the back, and then I was the next one over from Darnell, so I was sitting right beside him. And I've seen so much development out of this guy. You would not believe. You can just see him growing out of his shell every day. It was awesome.
All right, so you guys are kind of polar opposites from a standpoint of game and size. You're big. You were at one point were 360. You at one point in high school.
You gotta say that on air,
Hey, at one point. At one point I was 200, and no, I'm no longer. But at one point you were 240 in high school, couldn't put on the weight, and now you're over 300 pounds. So what, kind of take me through the buy-in to get to where you're at, and then the buy-in to trim off.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had a predicament on my hands because I was going into my senior year. So the last game of my junior year, I weighed probably like 243. I think I got on the scale with all my my helmet, shoulder pads, jersey, cleats, knee braces, everything, and I was like 245. So I was not big enough to play college football at that point. So I was like, okay, I can either A, keep eating the way I'm eating, which is obviously not working, and lose all my offers, or B, I can go in here and smash about 5 meals a day, 2 protein shakes, 1 in the morning, 1 at night. And I gained I think from the last game of my junior year, I went from 245, and then that summer I was 290, 295. Not good weight, very swole, dirty bulk kind of thing, but it was proficient, you know what I'm saying? It was efficient. I don't know if proficient is the right word, but
then for you go back to COVID.
Yeah, I mean,
COVID really messed you up. I mean, you went back home.
Back home, and I'm hitting pizzas all the time. You know what I mean?
Going to Fat Patty's, eating a hamburger.
Yeah. I mean, everybody talk about Fat Patty. Fat Patty is good. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like the name. So you know what I'm saying?
That's his nickname.
No,
that's his nickname now.
Dirty Sprite, baby. That's the best nickname on the team.
This is Big Patty. And then Trey's Big Huna for Big Kahuna wings.
Big Kahuna.
Trey Smith is Big Huna.
About 40
That's
of
Big
them.
Patty.
Take 40 to go.
Oh yeah, Trey's different. He'll eat 50 the night before, and then for the he doesn't like breakfast food, so he'll eat 50 the night before, and he'll get 50 to go.
Literally.
And then he'll wake up in the morning and put them in the air fryer and eat 50 wings for breakfast.
Literally.
It's
Talk about me.
Unreal.
About him.
Unreal. He's a machine. It's like a garbage disposal.
Yeah.
There's more stories. I mean, worse. Despicable.
And he's not even sloppy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the crazy thing.
No, he's built. He's built very well.
I guess he just.
Especially recently. Have you
he's
seen
up
him?
good.
He's down to about probably 325. I don't know.
Solid.
I don't know exactly, but dude is ripped up. No fat on him.
Mm-hmm. Impressive. What have you guys been most proud of this team this year? I mean, obviously 9-1, but at the same time, what you all been able to achieve, accomplish, and just kind of, it seems like just having fun.
I would say the biggest thing for me is, so obviously I'm from here, been a Tennessee guy, been a Tennessee fan. It seemed like all throughout my childhood, we could not finish big games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We would get to the end, it would go to overtime, it would come down to the last drive, and we could never finish. It seemed like just something went wrong, in the big time games at least. And I feel like this year as a whole, I think we stayed together and played hard and bounced back from a lot of things. And I think we've, found a way to finish hard games, tough games that went down to the wire, like Pitt, Florida, Bama, just found a way to win. And I love that.
It almost feels like this group, and it's not a slight. It's the Island of Misfit Toys. Everybody's kind of come from these different backgrounds. Some guys are older, some guys are younger. Some were kind of left for dead, and now they're thriving. Some guys took 2 or 3 years to develop. Now here they are. Kind of a good assumption or a good kind of thought process.
I can rock with it. We used to the Island of Misfit Toys.
Yeah, you never watched Santa Claus? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
I don't know about.
Oh,
yes.
Man, that's gonna look bad. People are probably gonna kill me for that. That's unreal.
I don't even know nothing
I'm gonna
about
stop
that.
talking about that. Let's move on from that.
Island of Misfit.
That's so bad.
What is that?
Oh,
What is that?
you talking about? It's Rudolph.
I
Yeah.
know Rudolph.
It's
is.
the
What does that have to
movie
do with-
Rudolph.
Yeah, movie.
The old classical one.
Yeah, the old classical one.
Oh hell, that's bad. That's not good. People are gonna be.
That's
on my
okay. We
butt.
won't run that part.
We can run it. That's really
You never
bad.
watched Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer as a
I mean,
kid?
I heard
The only time
song
we
and
watched
then-
that is when they wheeled the whole
Rudolph the
cart,
Red-Nosed
into the. It would get around. It would get around Christmas time, and they roll the whole cart with the big TV in there. That's the only time you watch Rudolph. I never watched it at home.
Crazy.
Fun fact.
How much TV do you all watch?
Not a lot.
I mean,
Not a lot.
Netflix.
You
stuff
watch?
like that.
You watch? You don't have
TV? Nobody watches TV.
Okay,
it's not
what-
TV.
what's
anymore.
your-
But I know what you mean, on the TV.
All right, what's your Netflix jam?
Oh, right now I'm rocking with that Ancient Apocalypse.
Peaky Blinders is my favorite show. I'm not currently watching anything, but I finished Peaky Blinders. That's the most recent thing. that I
What
watched
old
on
school? What old school TV show or streaming show would you? Is your what's the greatest show of all time in your mind?
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Let's keep it real. SpongeBob was good.
Who's the Squidward on this team then?
Squidward? Who got a big nose? I can tell you right now.
No.
Joe got a big nose, big, huge nose,
Joe
bazooka
Milton?
nose.
Joe Milton?
Yes, he do.
Got a
He'll
bazooka
smell you
arm,
right
too.
now.
I know.
Nah, he don't act like Squidward, but he do got a nose like him.
I don't know what is it. What would you say like Squid? What would be like an attribute of Squidward? Like an adjective you can use?
I don't know. I've not watched a whole lot of SpongeBob. My kids watch it, and I know who Squidward is, but I don't know anything about it.
The Grinch.
The Grinch?
That's what he is basically. Who's the Grinch? Oh, I don't. No, we can't say that. No, we can't say that.
The offense that you all run. I mean, everybody talks about the tempo. Does it ever surprise you all the success that you have with guys just running wide open? I mean, Saturday, Jalen Hyatt's hiding back there behind Jerome Carvin. Next thing you know, he's in the end zone, and it was almost like a walk-through play. I mean, like he caught it, and he's just kind of like just nonchalantly jogging down the sidelines.
Oh, I put the blinker on. Like I took a left. I knew it was a touchdown. I didn't. It honestly, it used to surprise me. Did it used to surprise you?
Yeah.
Yeah, like at the beginning of the season, I was like, oh, this is different. It kind of reminded me of high school. Like anybody that knew Catholic back in the day, like we would score in like 5 plays max. Like
Not anymore though.
That's right. They aren't good. They aren't good. We used to be solid though. It's been recent, change of events. The tides changed.
Hey, our team good though. Hunter High going crazy.
We would have whooped y'all.
No, you didn't.
The dude-
What we do to
the
Belfry? What we do to Belfry?
They would have beat you.
They would have beat us.
They would have beat us.
They would have beat you.
2017, we would have beat them, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Are you serious right now?
Told you, y'all want to sleep on Huntington.
They got beat. Did y'all get beat by Belfry that year?
No. We beat Belfry 2 years in a row.
Well, by what score though? Because we
was down
stomped
28. I ain't gonna lie.
them. See, we didn't. Even
We see that's the heart. That's the heart. That's the heart of the fight.
Man, I don't care about the heart. We didn't go down by 28 the whole year. The whole year.
The common theme though, they're both yellow and green.
Yeah. No, I'm gold.
Ours is gold.
Is
Green
it-
and
is
gold.
it-
You said yellow. Ours is gold too.
After the game,
No, yours is
not
definitely
gold,
yellow.
Well,
whatever.
it's yellow
gold and
because
green.
how you gonna get gold in Jersey for
After
free?
the
We ain't got money
game-
like that.
After the game, Hendon commented when that play happened that
Which one? The
Jalen Hyatt play.
Oh yeah.
That someone yelled from the bench like too easy. Did you hear this?
No.
It was very, because everybody's like, I don't hear anything. I don't even hear the crowd. I'm so zoned in. But yet he's like, yeah, I heard him. Somebody say it's too easy.
Well, I mean, when the play's the play's over, right? Jalen's already running free, so like you're not really locked in. If you're in the middle of the play, you really don't hear much, other than people like growling and stuff. Some like
Who's growling?
Not me.
Sprags.
Spraggins.
Who knows what he doing?
Spraggins. You know what I'm saying? What does he call himself? The zookeeper.
The zookeeper.
The big zookeeper. I would say he growls the most. Yeah. Trey Smith, he's a big growler. It's pretty uncomfortable for me. I just like to breathe. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to talk or anything. I got too much to worry about. It's not fun for me.
When you're walking to the stadium,
On ball walk or
yep,
like what?
Yep. When you're walking the stadium on ball walk, you got headphones in, and what are you listening to?
You don't want to know. Yeah, it's not good. You know what I'm saying? You want to know for real?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
What?
And how bad
it
could it
can't
be?
be
It's
that
just
bad.
song.
I mean, yeah, but it's.
I'm not asking
I
you
don't
to
want
repeat
somebody
the
to go
lyrics.
look it up and say, I want to listen to what he's listening to, and then you don't listen to that.
I appreciate you wanting to be a role model.
Oh yeah,
you know what
it's
I
got to be clean version.
Yeah, and I don't think there is no clean.
You do like Rainbow Kitten Surprise. You ever listen to that
but
pregame?
I don't listen to that going into the.
I listen to a lot of different stuff pregame. You can't really count on me. I've got like a different mood for the day.
Yeah. Whatever.
It just really depends. Like I could listen to gospel. I could listen to country. I could listen to something like more feelsy, some rap. It just depends.
You guys big into Christmas?
Oh yeah,
He is.
I love Christmas.
He's a big festive guy.
I love Christmas. Putting that Christmas tree up.
Tree's been up at my house. Last year, my tree went up when y'all were playing Alabama. My wife's like, hey, I'm going to go and put the tree up. And I'm like, hey, go for it, because that means I don't have to.
That's too much. Are you like a day after Christmas? You're ripping the tree
No.
down and taking it out?
No.
Really?
No, we're like a couple weeks after.
Oh yeah, Melinda wasn't going.
Listen,
for that.
we have so much stuff. You can't, putting it all up for like 20, this whole like, got to wait till Thanksgiving's over. No, stop. Too much stuff to put up for 25, 30
What's
days.
your favorite Christmas ornament and or decoration?
Dude, I've got my current tree has anything from Star Wars with the Death Star that lights up to,
On top of the tree?
oh, yeah.
Oh,
Jack Skellington to, Nightmare Before
You got a
Christmas.
skeleton?
Jack Skellington from
listen to
Nightmare
Jack
Before
Skellington.
Christmas.
Man, I know myself.
My tree is very Disney oriented, but that's
Yeah, yeah.
because we're such big Disney people.
I like the
You,
little.
you and Ollie got something in common.
Yeah,
I do.
Ollie does love
Ollie
You and
Ollie-
Ollie are big Disney fans.
He looks
Yeah.
like a. I ain't gonna say that.
You and Ollie kind of remind me of each other. Now that you say this, you see it? You see it?
I don't have the Celtic tattoo though.
No, you need the Celtic cross, the Irish warrior, the Celtic warrior. Keep going though.
Well, I was gonna just mention my favorite decoration. You know the thing you plug into the wall and it plays the tune, the
Yeah.
Christmas tune.
Mm-hmm.
That tune to just set the mood. You know what I mean? For Christmas.
I've never seen this. What is this?
Favorite Christmas Carol?
You plug it into
Me?
the wall.
Ooh,
I don't know.
I say Silent Night, Holy Night. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of Silent Nights, how much do you like to quieten the away crowd?
You said what?
How much do you like to quieten the away crowd?
I don't like hearing a lot of people screaming personally. So
I would say as quiet as it can get, the better for an away game.
So like Saturday night, it's gonna be loud at first, but if you come out and jump on them, it's gonna get quiet in a hurry.
Yeah.
That's the hope. It wasn't. Yeah, Georgia wasn't. It didn't ever quiet down. They're
Y'all
pretty
gonna-
good. It was pretty impressive because it started pouring rain
And they got louder.
and it stayed loud.
Yeah.
Probably got a little bit louder. You're probably right. That was very
I didn't hear
primal,
that. That's probably loudest.
dude.
Probably loudest. I mean,
Straight like animalistic in there.
yeah.
If-
I didn't hear
As
nothing.
an environment.
I didn't hear nothing.
If you won the lottery, what would be the first thing you do?
You got
Try
it.
to find somebody to give some money to.
So like a charity or
no, he means like
Help the homeless?
some random
I don't know.
person on the
I'll
street.
walk around, find somebody. 10,000
dollars or pennies.
to find somebody
you
else.
got a big
Pennies.
heart.
No,
Yes, you do. You're a big teddy
you
bear.
wouldn't give somebody some money?
Yes, but you're a big teddy bear though. Let's face it.
Let's not say that.
It's okay. It's okay to admit
It's a
it.
compliment.
It is a big compliment.
The meek will inherit the world.
Vicious.
You said you're vicious.
Right now.
We're talking about growling 1 minute and giving away $10,000 to someone the next. What about you?
Ooh, I feel like the correct answer would be to say what he said, but I'll probably do that and then I would disappear. Like nobody would ever hear from me again.
Facts.
I'm gonna tell you what I do.
That's my like goal.
What would you do? Get a golf club?
No.
A super
would-
duper 3,000 golf swinger.
You
Is
get
that
an
what it
automated
is?
golf club. Is that real?
it's
It does
like
it, doesn't it? For a perfect.
I
It
wish
could.
did.
You could program it. I've
no.
seen that before.
I'd get a PJ, private jet, man. That's
Did that?
yeah. When you can go
Wow,
and
you
come
want to go watch
as
the
you,
Masters?
when you can go and come as you please.
You're a big
that's,
Masters
That's
guy.
the way to go. Life motto. You got one?
Ooh. Life motto
Yeah.
or like a quote. What are we? Are we
Yeah.
thinking like a
Yeah.
quote?
You got some quotes you live by?
I have one good one. It's like it goes like it's in the valley that gets me ready to walk on the mountaintop. That makes sense. So like in your lows, like that's where you prepare yourself to like walk.
I don't know. I would say probably just do something for somebody you wish somebody did for you. Yeah, basically.
I'll roll with never too high, never too low. So no matter,
That's so not deep though. You know what I'm saying?
but it
high,
is.
never too
like a
low.
life motto.
That's deep.
Like, that's-
that's deep though.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's deep.
that all the time.
Yeah, but that's just like a normal thing.
No,
Like,
but
too
it's
high,
not
never
though.
too
Like
low.
I mean, like okay,
like that's your life motto.
Why you
Like,
just,
that's-
why you just,
Yeah, because no matter
my man, you just
because
talk
no
about
matter-
man's whole motto.
like no like
My bad.
like no matter how much you do well in your job or your life, it can be worse, or no matter how bad it seems, it can always be better. So like
Okay.
yeah, you're never
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. That's
you know what I'm saying? Like it's
yeah, like the ebbs and
Yeah.
flows. What is it? Ebbs and,
try to stay level headed. You know?
yeah, even keel. I like it.
Yes.
Hey, more power to you. I like it.
When was our first interview?
Our first interview,
Yep.
probably no later than
Were you
like,
14, 13?
Probably 14. I was what would you say, like 8th grade or freshman year? in
I'll
high
say
school? It was
freshman
definitely
year.
freshman when I got offered. That would be like, yeah, probably like second week of my freshman year.
So Cooper hated me like at first because
Dude, he posted the most
So,
dirty picture.
it was not a dirty picture. So Cooper,
not dirty as in
did,
like
he did.
explicit.
Let's
but,
go ahead and describe
He
that
did what he
picture.
said to
Go
me.
ahead and describe that
Dude,
picture.
so like I was a young, like probably 15, 14-year-old male, you know, not a lot of testosterone in my body. I had these big big man boobs, man. And like I had my jersey pulled up, and you know how like when you pull the jersey
And it
up,
gets a little crease.
and
Gets a
no.
little hangout?
Well, when you pull the jersey up and like in practice, you know, I always play like that anyway. But like my pads didn't cover up my man boobs, so they were sticking out the bottom.
Oh, God.
So this man took a picture of me and had my man boobs.
That's
sitting right there.
messed up. I
But the
could lie
problem
to
was,
you,
dude.
If somebody did that to me,
Like, if you
wouldn't get another interview
Like,
ever.
bro, like take 2 seconds out of your day and crop the photo like above it. Like what is wrong with that?
You had a
Like
face.
any normal human being would do that just to help the person
Cade
out.
had a field day with this.
Oh, it was so messed up, bro. It was so. I was an ugly little kid anyway back then too. So he did me no favors.
I always
No
call
favors.
like to me, you're like the best of, and I mean this like the nicest way, the best of Melinda and Kevin. Like you have Kevin's kind of feistiness, but Melinda's smarts. So like you're like I always call you the smart maze.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like you still have the maze toughness, but like
Right.
you're like because your ability to play center and understand everything, you just kind of carry yourself differently.
Lunch pail mentality type guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sneaky athleticism. That's me. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I try to say like everything good in me is I get that from my mama. She's an angel. But yeah, I would say that I definitely get a lot of pride in my comedy from my dad. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm a little bit witty, smallest bit, but yeah, pretty good synopsis, I would say.
Freak athlete right here though.
Big freak.
I mean,
Can you still drop?
talk about-
Can you still drop step dunk?
yes. You talk about look.
Why you say that so
Because
casually?
he
Like
asked
that's
me as if I was about to say I don't know.
At 6'5",
Come on now.
At 6'5", what?
About 335.
And you can drop step dunk a basketball.
dude. He can do
Yes,
any. You can dunk it any way you want, probably.
Yes, I'll throw it off the backboard.
Did y'all win state in
Scratch
basketball or
the
just
back
go
of
to
my
state
neck.
tournament?
Huh?
Did y'all win state in basketball or
Yeah.
just go to?
We won state.
You won state title in basketball, but not football. Billy let us down.
Oh, Billy.
Somebody call them. Well, they got a chance this year. They went last year too. So we think.
We don't got a chance. My school doesn't. We won state in basketball too.
How are you going to start doing all this when I'm gone? Isn't that pretty messed up?
I don't know. For those that don't know, Billy Seals is Darnell Wright's head coach. Billy is also from Morristown, Tennessee. We both went to Morristown East. When Billy started trying to get you to do interviews with me, because you're naturally guarded, but you've always been pretty open with me. I mean, we did a 100-yard walk, and
Well, let's talk about how you keep on saying I skipped out on an interview. I didn't skip out on an interview.
yeah. Here's
Yeah, break it
no
down
one
for
knows
us so I can
this story.
correct it.
Break
So-
it down.
So the week before signing day, Brent Hubbs and I are going to go up there and we're going to interview Darnell. And that way, the moment he puts the hat on and does all the stuff at the ceremony, we turn it loose, like I've done a million times.
Right.
And we get to the West Virginia line. And Billy's like, hey, he don't want to do it. What do you mean he doesn't want to do it? And we literally turned around at some like Arby's and then went back through Richmond, Kentucky and drove back home. So, yes, you did skip out on it.
Okay, but this is I think I've been pondering this actually. I've been thinking about this.
I'm glad I've got to you this.
And this is what I think it was. So think about I was getting so many like everybody wanted to call me blah 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 blah, and I don't think somebody told me that you were coming. So I was like, you were just pulling up on me out of nowhere. So I was like, man.
Like he just
So
expected.
we're
Like, you know
blaming.
what I'm saying?
So we're blaming Billy now. That's what we're.
Oh.
It's
Well,
Billy's
I don't-
fault.
Yeah, it was Billy's fault. 1, your fault. 2, it ain't my fault. 3, that's for sure. And
Ain't
just
my
gonna
fault,
keep it like
3.
that.
Ain't my fault. 3. I like that.
But no, really, I don't know what was the problem. I think I was just like, everybody was trying to just.
Well, you should have signed in December, like everyone told you to, and then you decided I'm going to do it in February.
Well, you think about
for
it,
my teammates,
because
and-
everybody was still coming in, and I mean, that was.
You knew where you were going before December.
I mean,
Did you?
Yes,
did you,
he
did. You
did.
know, when did you know where you were going?
Don't lie.
No, don't lie. Be,
No,
be
I had an
serious.
idea, but up until the last, I mean, probably. I probably broke it down to the 3
How-
within December, but probably about a week.
How hard?
Nah, maybe a little more than
That's
that. but
recent. You know what I'm saying? Usually you know about at least a month, I would say.
I don't know.
How hard was it to look at Tennessee? Because Billy's a Tennessee fan, so he's constantly kind of. He never pushed you to go to Tennessee, but you kind of knew where his allegiances lie.
Yeah. For
So,
sure.
like, how did that make it different or interesting?
Yeah, it did make it interesting because I'm the type of person I'm like, man, I don't want people to think that I'm doing something
Just because of him.
just because of him. So that almost made me not come here. It was almost making me like, man, I'm not about to do that just because he likes him. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want nobody telling me what I'm finna do. But I was like, oh, man, it's the best place. So
Best decision you made?
I had a lot of good decisions, I would say.
What other good decisions have you made?
Okay. There was one decision when I was young. So we were biking, like we would ride bikes everywhere, right? I'm talking about all around the entire city, right? So one day we were like, hey, let's hop a ride and grab the ice cream truck. Well, I don't want to say this on here. Well, anyway, it's not that bad. I was like, let's grab the ice cream truck and it'll pull us up the hill, right? Well, I decided not to do it. My friend did. He got to the top of the hill and the ice cream man braked real hard, smacked into the back of it.
Just like that.
And I mean, he got scraped up real good. So
That's
who knows what could
that's an
happen to me?
elite
You know what I'm
decision.
saying?
That
Who
was-
knows what happened to me? I could have broke my leg.
Never would have played here.
You never know.
Growth plates would have stopped growing.
Yeah,
You
Had
know,
one leg shorter than the other.
I don't know. But you know, so I could think of a lot of stories like that. You know, just good decisions all around by me.
It's the butterfly effect.
Yeah, you know?
in no way did I think that good decisions was going to end up going down that road.
I didn't either. I didn't know where that was going either. I was supporting it though.
You know.
You still had ice cream trucks. We didn't
Yeah.
have those.
Well,
Oh, we have
it was
those
a
still through
halfway
my
ice cream
neighborhood.
truck, halfway.
Now.
He was
I guess that's
giving out.
You lived on a farm. They don't come to the farm.
You're right. I live, and I live in Kingston, so
They don't come down to the Maze compound and
no,
deliver ice cream sundaes.
that'd be pretty creepy. I'm not a big ice cream truck
He
guy.
was sketchy now. I think about it.
What's something you've not done here that you want to get done here before you leave?
Something I'm not doing here. In what context? Like
Well, just on the field, something you've not accomplished that.
get a touchdown.
So have Jalen Wright
I-
fumble and then y'all recover.
I drew up a whole play.
If anybody was going to do
I
this,
drew the
then-
play up. I broke it down to the coaches. I broke it down. Got
and,
all
their,
the kinks.
and their thoughts were what?
Well, I ain't gonna tell you. Well,
We're not telling the play. You're just telling the thoughts
Okay.
of the play.
well, when I broke it down at first, I had to redo it because it wouldn't work because our tempo and stuff like that. So when I broke it down the second time, they were like, that actually would probably work. So it wasn't like they were like, oh no, we're not doing that. Or maybe they could have been just, just give me the run around. I hope not, but
Maybe they didn't think you could catch.
I'm gonna catch that thing.
They don't believe in us, man.
Yeah, right.
They never believe in us. Never the hands, man.
Yeah, they never. Coach,
You played tight end when you first got here.
Oh, I know.
Next time
I didn't say me.
You talk to Hypo, like interview him or
I said
anything
we.
like that.
Yeah.
Ask him what I did to him in practice when I got a pick on him. We were doing a little. We do this every Friday. We throw he goes and we throw deep balls to O-line and stuff. So I'm creeping at safety. He throws the deep ball. Here I come. Pick. Picked off a.
You picked up Heupel,
Yes.
That's a Heisman runner-up.
Heisman. You know what I'm saying?
Was he a Heisman winner? Was he
runner-up.
runner-up?
Runner-up.
Oh.
Best assistant coach, not named Ellerby, on this staff.
Oh, I'm a big fan of Coach Halsley.
Yeah.
Coach Halsley is hilarious.
Hey, Coach Mitch, cool.
Coach who?
Coach Mitch.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Mitch goes stupid.
y'all wouldn't know him though. He's Coach Militello.
I would say he's the assistant. Yeah, he's the assistant.
He's like assistant to the assistant.
Yeah,
but
Coach
Coach
Halsley.
Halsley, the quarterback's coach, is elite. Elite.
In what way is he funny?
He's witty.
Are you witty?
It's
Yeah,
just
he's
the
witty.
wit, Yeah. The quick firing off
He's
of
funny.
comedic lines.
He's not too corny either. You know what I mean? He's not like corny.
He's a California
Corny's
kid.
not funny to me, honestly. That's like, you know what I mean? You can get a corny guy. He's actually pretty funny.
Knows what to say, when to say
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You guys think you could play for Rodney Garner?
Yes.
Yeah, I could.
Yes.
What I've
I think he likes us more than he likes the D linemen. No, really. I think he likes us more
That's
than
because he's
them.
coaching them the hardest.
But the way
He
I've
also
seen
played
him,
O-line.
The way I've seen him like love up on guys after practice, like, you know what I mean? I could play. If I wouldn't have seen that, I'd have been like, no. But if you're a coach, I feel like if you're a hard coach, you be a hard coach. You know, that's fine. But you got to have like another side. When practice is over, you know what I mean? And it's not coach time, you got to have like.
Were you guys sad to see Ellerby trim his beard?
Oh yeah, that was so interesting to me. Caught me really off guard. I liked it though. I think it was a good time to start Start fresh.
Kind of looked like Santa Claus there for a minute.
Man, he could have dressed up. He could have. It was Halloween. Could you dress up as Santa Claus for Halloween? Is that possible? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
That seems
Maybe.
that seems wrong.
Does
Yeah,
it?
it does seem wrong.
It does seem wrong. It seems backwards.
Favorite Halloween candy?
You got that.
You know, I don't know. I usually hit this house, real rich neighborhood. They'll give you a whole candy bar. So that's probably whatever they would give me that day is what I love. So if it was a big crunch bar, big Kit Kat, that was my favorite candy.
Like king size? They were giving out king size?
Yeah, they was giving the big boy.
Whoa.
And there was another house. I'm talking about these boys got money because they was giving out quarters. They was giving out packs of quarters.
That's real.
They was old quarters though, like you know what I mean.
Like
so I should have kept
value.
them. Yeah, I should.
See, that's like real. That's
They
generosity.
had a haunted house too, like like you would go through, get you some quarters. I don't know why they're giving out quarters. You would go through and then go through the haunted house. Like they would have, I mean, it wasn't that good, but it was good enough. You know what I mean? They tried.
Dude, think about this. That's real charity. You know, some people
Yeah.
donate to charity. Some people give out king size candy bars on Halloween. That's a
That'll
big
change-
time
that'll
money
change your
move.
whole night.
New nickname, the Big Kit Kat.
The big Kit Kat.
Kit Kats are my favorite candy.
Kit Kat.
Fun fact.
I mean, let's keep it real. I got a Kit Kat right here.
That's unreal. We need a Kit Kat sponsorship now, ASAP. ASAP.
Favorite place to go eat in Knoxville? Favorite meal? If you had one meal, where would you go?
You're not from here, so you should probably answer that. That's a better question for you.
For me, well, I think it just depends on what you like personally. I mean, if you like
If I said you got one meal,
one meal, yeah,
where are you going?
going probably either I'll give you two, either Cheesecake Factory or Soccer Taco.
Wow.
I like Mexican a lot, so. But you don't like Soccer Taco, or you don't hate it, but
I don't know. I think I had a bad experience there one time. I'm a big El Charro guy on Sutherland. If y'all have ever had that.
that's Mexican.
Anybody? Yeah.
Man, authentic, solid.
Yeah. Cheesecake Factory is good.
No,
But for my one meal, I'll probably go. What?
Go ahead.
Probably Ruth's Chris.
Oh, wow.
I'm a big calamari guy. Calamari is my favorite food.
Oh yeah.
So like the calamari at Bonefish and Ruth's Chris are like identical, but they're the only people that do it. A lot of people do calamari with marinara sauce, that's mid. That's like very baseline level like calamari experience. So, but if you douse it in sweet Asian chili and then put a sauce of sweet Asian chili, dip it in the sauce. That's the best way to do it. He's over there. He agrees. See him over there? He's been nodding along the whole time.
So
Marinara is just so basic.
Food.
Everybody has their own
Break it
little
down.
thing. What's your favorite food?
Curry, like chicken curry. Break it down, get some good hot sauce, like real hot.
What about you?
favorite food, I like filet.
Oh, that's so basic.
I know it's
That
basic. I'm a
is.
meat and potatoes guy, man.
Meat and potato.
For one meal?
Yes.
Like if you were in prison.
Honestly, if I could bring back my grandmother, and and she could make her pork chops, that is what I would do.
and cost efficient. So that's your last meal?
Yeah, I mean, like anything my grandmother made, I was.
Oh yeah. Well yeah,
But I mean,
there's a difference there. It's
Southern,
like love.
everything was fried.
Oh, was it fried pork chops?
Uh
You ever put them on a sandwich?
huh. Yes. Homemade French fries.
Mayonnaise and lettuce.
Have you been homemade?
Yes.
You ever have fried pork chops on a sandwich?
Bro, we used to eat that so much. I hate pork chops now.
Really?
Yes.
We did too.
I come to school smelling like damn grease.
Oh my god.
I didn't like it. We eat fried pork chop. I mean, it's so cheap. She just fried up. I mean, it was good for the first 35,000 times. I mean,
Did you see the clip on Twitter where the from the game over there in Europe this past weekend where they were singing Country Roads? All the European
no, I didn't.
football fans at the NFL game were singing Country Roads.
See, that's that reach.
Is that West Virginia?
Country Roads or Rocky Top?
Country Roads are on top. Let's go with Rocky Top.
Talking about as a fight song or like a sit in your truck and drive and listen to it?
Let's go sit in your truck.
Country Roads.
I don't have a truck, so Rocky Top.
That's so.
Nah, I mean, let's keep
Country
it real.
Roads is
I wasn't
the-
listening to Country Roads, like, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm from West Virginia, but not that West Virginia.
He's from Huntington.
Yeah, which is right there in the tri-state with Kentucky and Ohio.
Tri-state area.
Tri-state
Tri-Cities
reminds me of
and
Phineas and
Tri-State.
Ferb.
The Tri-City area.
We've talked about SpongeBob SquarePants and Phineas and Ferb.
I want to take over the whole tri-state area.
Hey, that is good. That is good right there. You didn't watch that either? You didn't watch
I
that
watched
either?
Phineas and Ferb. I was
Okay.
trying to think of what's the show on Nickelodeon, like Doug or whatever from. Yeah, you guys are too young
Oh,
for
the
that.
big, I thought you talking about Doug the robot.
No.
Never mind. You talking about something else.
If you go and talk to your younger self, whether it's you as a 7-year-old kid or 17-year-old recruit, what advice would you give yourself that you know now?
Just stick the course. Like, things get better. Just to put it simply.
I would say, I don't know, life's good. It really is. There's not, like, truly a lot of things, like, in my life right now that I could say, like, really need to bother me or take me out of my mood. So I would say just not to let stuff bother you. Life's good. Don't worry about stuff that's small.
How much does this friendship mean to both of you?
It means a lot for me personally, like, because it really helped me come out of my shell, like, breed confidence. Cause, like, he'll tell me all the time. I mean, one of the biggest reasons I got a lot of confidence, because, like, he would tell me, like, I mean, you know how some people would say, like, don't give somebody a big head, whatever. Like, I did not have a big head. Like, I had.
You were the other direction.
Yeah, other direction. Like, him recognizing that, like, he needs to know, like, he can be good. I mean, and still to this, I mean, still I have a little bit of problems with it, but, like, he was probably one of the main person that really brought me, like, let me know, like, hey, man, like, you see what you're doing? Like, this is good. Like, nobody can do that. You know what I mean? Like, so it means a lot to me personally. Appreciate you, man.
No, yeah. Man, that's a good question, man. He's my brother. He really is. When I say, like, family, like, that's real. Like, he's my brother for life. I will say, like, you know, I feel like I've told somebody, I think I told my mom or Kate this, that I feel like half of my, like, year this year, like, I feel like half of my, like, drive was, like, being the best that I could be, and then, like, half of my other drive would be, like, to, like, pour as much into, like, Darnell as I could and, like, make him the best he can be. And just seeing him, like, kind of just what he's made himself into and, like, how well he's playing, like, there's nothing that makes me, like, happier, really, honestly.
Yeah. Just straight on and Will Anderson, BJ Ojolari.
Watch the Kentucky game. It's unreal. I told him he can tell you this. I told him, like, I don't know how long ago it was. It was probably like a year ago, like probably 8 months ago. I told him, I was like, there's games you need to circle, like, on our schedule. There's good pass rushers on, like, the Florida game, LSU, Alabama, like the big SEC games, like Georgia, like with Nolan Smith, he didn't end up playing, but, like, there was a couple games we needed to circle, and, like, you need to go out there and dominate, and, like, he's crushed every bit of it, every game. He's a stud, man. He's a stud. I told everybody this. I told people this 2 years ago that he was a stud. Even he didn't believe me. Even he didn't believe me, but we're here now.
The quiet assassin on the offensive line and the guy that builds them up. Super impressed by you guys. It's been fun. We've had some laughs.
I love that. Actually, I love that description. That's a perfect description. I don't. Listen. I mean, I have leader qualities, but if we was going to war, I would not want to be the general. I want to be like the shadow assassin. Like, everybody, they really don't fear the general. Like, they know about me.
You're the guy that comes in and blows Tony Montana away at the end of Scarface.
I don't really know what you're talking about. I ain't seen that.
Did you not watch Scarface? I
know you're talking about.
It's okay. We'll educate. We're going to educate Darnell going forward. He's got to learn some of these things. What we've learned tonight is.
But if he's assassin or something like that, like silent, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes, he comes up from behind him and blows him away.
I look him in the eyes.
Well, okay. Volunteer club members, make sure you pay attention to your newsletter. Spire will be sending out details about where they will be in Columbia. Don't forget to this week's games at 7 o'clock over in Williams-Brice Stadium there in Columbia. And then next week, 7:30, kickoff at Vanderbilt. For Cooper and Darnell, I'm Austin Price. We'll see you next week, everybody.
Peace.